Welcome back. This is week 10 of Composition 3, and I hope that you've really enjoyed this class. This is our last week, and I hope that you've learned a lot and been able to explore some new ways of making music and having fun with all the things that we've been doing with this. I do give you a little bit more space this week with just really the creativity challenge. That way you can spend more time with some of the templates and some of the other assignments if you wanted to explore more on that one. And so let's look at this creativity challenge. You know, one of the things that we want to be able to compose for is the piano, and we actually didn't do a whole lot of that during this class. So what we want to do is learn a little bit more about the piano and how it works and how to compose for it. Now, the piano, it does have a very, very wide range. In fact, of all the instruments, it's has one of the biggest ranges of notes. The organ might have a little bit more. I think but the piano is definitely up there in having really 88 keys to work with. So it can play very high notes, it can play very low notes. Now, a common technique for piano players, this is something we learn. It's also something that we'll often play in songs, is what we call arpeggios. And each arpeggio is based upon a chord or a harmony, and it can descend and create a falling effect. And so using this descending arpeggio in our right hand and block chords in our left, it creates a really dramatic effect, almost like that of going down a water slide. And you can end, of course, with a big splash at the end somehow. I'll let you figure out how to do a splash, right? So just an example here. Here's one, this first measure here. It's real simple, and notice how in the left hand I have a C chord. Okay, notice in the right hand I take those notes, C, G, E, C, G, E, C, and sounds pretty nice, right? Now I can also do it another way where I take the arpeggio and I repeat parts of it over and over and over again. Notice I extended the rhythm to 16th notes this time. So it's 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E. There we go, all the way down. And so that way you really get some of that falling effect, that trickling down effect in this one. Now, as we continue to work with this, it is important to note that we can also do this and change chords with it. So here's a good example. I'll let the computer play this one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Well, okay, here we go. Here, I'll play it myself. And then I go to the F chord, G7 chord, then A minor chord, and then here's a new chord. You get a B diminished 7 chord. That's kind of a fun one, isn't it? And then you can also end with a C chord. That would be your splash, right? So I want you to have some fun with this one and compose what you think it would sound like musically going down a water slide. Start your composition here and end with a big splash here. A couple of hints with this one. For the splash, make it a big whole note. Right before it in measure 7 here, one of the things you want to do is make sure you're coming to a resolution. So I'm going to look right up here real fast. So I would either use your G7 chord or your B diminished 7 chord. Either one of those would actually be perfect as a way to bring about resolution to the song. One thing I do say to avoid is avoid 30-second notes or faster on this one. The way these are set up, pianists would have a pretty hard time playing them unless you go at a really slow tempo. So 8th notes are great, 16th notes are great, and you can do other rhythms in there as well, but have fun with it. Also, keep working on your other assignments, work through some of the templates, and let me know any questions you have in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them and to give you some feedback on your compositions here. And so I will, this is our last class, so I won't see you again, but I hope you had a great time. Consider sharing this with your friends, share your compositions with people. They'll love to hear your make music, and we love for you to share with them. Okay, bye-bye.